Hey everyone, Megan here. We're back today with a theory lesson. Today's topic is the 12-bar blues. Okay, a couple of basic things for the 12-bar blues. We're going to be talking about the basic form today. Okay, there are many ways to play a blues, many different variants. We're going to talk about the very basic one. So a couple of key things to keep in mind. 12 measures. So 12 bars, same thing as 12 measures. Okay, so our form is a 12-measure pattern of chords that's going to repeat throughout the song. Typically, we have 3 chords in our 12-bar blues, a 1, a 4, and a 5 chord. There'll be a lesson on identifying those at a later date too. Each chord should be a dominant 7th chord, okay? So not a major 7th chord, but a dominant 7th chord, not just a plain old major chord, dominant 7th. Let's see what that sounds like. So on guitar here, I'm going to play just a standard A. So there's our basic A chord. To make that a dominant 7th, we're going to add the 7th to that chord by lifting up the pinky. So that's our dominant 7th note right there. Yeah, and dominant 7th chords sound real good. That's definitely the kind of chord you want to use on the blues. So let's get to it. The blues, consisting of our 1, 4, 5 chords, happens in a very specific pattern, okay? So we have our 12 measures up here. We're going to start with the 1 chord for 4 measures. The 4 chord comes next for 2. Then we go back to the 1 for 2 measures. The 5 chord finally hits right here. Then we have the 4 chord followed by the 1. And then typically people go to the 5 chord right here. You don't have to go to the 5 chord right there. You can hang on the 1, but it's a really nice way to say we're going to go back to the beginning of the form. Okay, so we're going to do a 5 chord right there. So in the key of A, the 1 chord is A, the 4 chord is D, and the 5 chord is E. Now we said we want our chords for a blues to be dominant 7th chords. So before I plug these in my formula, I need to make sure I'm writing A7, D7, and E7. Okay. First chord we need is the 1 chord for the key of A. That's going to be A7. That's the first chord we're going to play. The 4 chord is next. Looking up at my formula, D7 goes there, followed by the 1 chord, the 5 chord, E7, back to the 4, that's our D7, to the 1, A7, and we're going to go back to the 5 to help kind of guide us back to the beginning of the song. And that's going to be our E7 chord. Okay. So now that we have those all written in, let's see what they sound like in that order. Switch to D7, back to A7, E7, D7, A7, E, and that would take us right back to the top of that repeating pattern. And that is our 12-bar blues pattern. That's our form, just keeps on repeating. We can do this in another key, so just to kind of show you all that. All right, so key of F, the 1 chord in the key of F is going to be F. We said we want those to be dominant 7th chords, so when we put our 1 chord in our blues form, it's going to be F7. The 4 chord in the key of F is B flat. And we're going to make that B flat 7 because we want all our chords to be dominant 7th chords. The 5 chord is going to be C, and you guessed it, 7, because we want these all to be dominant 7th chords. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put this in our form. And you'll get really fast at doing this. And there we have it. There's our blues written out, chord progression in the key of F. So just to recap, a couple of key things to remember about the 12-bar blues form. It's 12 measures long, consists of the 1, 4, and 5 chord. Make those dominant 7th chords, and put them in this specific pattern throughout the form. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.